All right, now we're going to take a look at problem 2-2. This is an interesting design here, because what we can do is, if we look closely here, we can do a bilateral section, and what we have on the left side is just a mirror copy of what we have on the right side. So here's the suggestion. Let's find the midplane. Let's set up our reference lines. Let's do our basic geometry, the rectangles, and then the circles. We'll finish up with our fillets, and then we'll be able to mirror the one side to get the full part. We'll continue with annotations, and then we'll do our page setup presentation. Now, keep in mind we have a scale of 1 to 2 here, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to start again with my template. I'll click OK there. Come over to the model. Have no need for the grid right now. Okay, and working with the home tab, I'm going to start with my center line layer. I'm going to use a construction line, set up a vertical one somewhere in the middle of my drawing area here, and then I'll set up a horizontal one. And then now, based on the dimensioning that's provided, I'm going to go ahead and set up my reference edges. The first one I'm going to do here is the 375. So I'm going to offset 3.75 to create the left side reference line there for my circles. And then I have from the center horizontal there to either side, I've got 375 as well, right? So using an offset of 225, I'll offset this horizontal towards the top and towards the bottom. Okay, and then let's start with creating that inner, or part of that inner rectangular area. Okay, you can see that we have an offset of 0.75 from this edge towards the inside, and then also from this edge towards the inside there. And what I could do here is I'll use lines on the object layer to go ahead and trace that to create that inner part of that inner rectangle. Once I have that laid out, I'm going to go ahead and remove those, and then we can continue. Now at this point, what I need is another 2.58 reference line, so I'll use offset again for that, 2.58. Offset from this side towards the right. And you can see this will be my intersections for my concentric circles. So as I proceed, I'm going to use a circle here, and we'll start first with a radius of 0.3, and then we have a radius concentric on that of 0.750, and then now what we'll be able to do is we'll go ahead and select those circles and then copy them to each of the intersections. Alright, so if we continue to look here at our design, we just have these edges and the fillet corners to connect all the circles. So from that inner rectangle, we've got an offset of 0.50. And you can see, because I'm using lines now, I can use fillet to make them connect. But I don't need to do that because I still need to add the fillet radii between these edges and the circles here, and I'll come back and also do the trimming to the circles. So if we use fillet here, we want to take a look at our trim mode. We want to remove the no trim, so it's no trim right now, and take a look at the radius. and we want to set that radius to 0.250. And since we're doing multiple fillets, I'll use the M option for multiple, and then as I proceed here, you'll see we can create our fillet radii. And then once I have the last one here, what I'll do is now I'll use each of those fillets as a cutting edge with trim. So if I use trim, I'll go back, select each of those cutting edges, and then enter, and then now I can start to trim away parts of the circle and those edges there to clean it up. All right, now that we have that, I can go ahead and select all my object entities there, and even these vertical construction lines. I'll do that so I can mirror it to the other side. I'll use the center reference line here, and then a point anywhere along that reference line. And there's our main part.